Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, we are going to be attempting the one county challenge, which means we are going to be holding a single county for the entirety of the game. Now, this lovely viewer actually commented on some of my recent uploads, talking about how he wanted to see a one county challenge. So today we are going to be playing as a count in the Duchy of Bohemia. Because he's the primary heir to the Duke of Bohemia, we are going to do something we don't generally do in this channel, and that is creating our own character. Now we have the long-lost brother of the supreme ruler himself, Kim Jong-un. Isn't he just beautiful?
Yes, I am.
We start off like any other campaign by marrying a wonderful girl. We then grant away this wonderful county of Doodleby to someone of our culture. Now, as a tribal ruler, we have access to 4 different kinds of buildings, and those buildings only have tier 2 upgrades available to them. So I think it would be better if I adopt feudal ways as soon as possible, which means we need to convert to an organized faith as it's a requirement for going feudal. We convert to Catholicism, which it seems our liege is not a fan of. We adopt the feudal ways and prepare ourselves against our battle with our liege. We manage to seize some of his land, but he calls in his allies, resulting in us having to fight peace. After that, we offer our liege some extra tax in exchange for his promise of not revoking our titles. We have just enough gold to build ourselves farms and fields, which is going to net us an extra 0.5 gold per month. One thing I wanted to point out is we are going to be fabricating and demanding payments for the hooks in the background as the game progresses. Now, one thing this Royal Code update has added to the game is that we can now diverge our culture. And to diverge a culture, the culture needs to change its ethos. As we are a bureaucratic culture, we are going to swap it out for communal, which is going to decrease the time and cost of constructing building, which is an excellent choice for our challenge. It seems when we diverged our culture, other 2 holdings actually converted as well. I kinda hope we were the only ones with the new culture, but it's okay. Nonetheless, we selected city planning as our new fascination to help us actually be able to build our secondary castles. Kim Jong-un died at the age of 54. Even though it's written that he died of natural causes, we all know what the real killer was. Our culture discovered city planning, which meant we could now build our secondary castle holding. So it seems one of the 2 counties that converted to our diverged culture actually converted back, which is a good thing for us. We built a hunting ground in our castle and saved enough gold to construct our 3rd castle holding, in which we built a forestry. Finally, we managed to save enough gold to build our final castle for this playthrough. Our culture completed researching onagers, and it seems we only need 3 more innovations to reach the medieval era. The next research on our list is barracks, which would then enable us to upgrade our military buildings even further. Something I want to point out, it seems both the counties that converted with us to this new culture decided to convert back, so that means we are the only county with the new culture. As you can see here, the average development from counties with our culture provides a modifier to the research point, meaning that the progress speed is directly tied to the development. As we are the only county with our culture, if we have a super developed county, we will be getting insane progress speed. As all of our secondary castles have forest terrain, we decided it would be better to change our tradition and include forest folks, which would decrease the cost for buildings and holdings as well as provide a 15% development growth in forest terrain. A little update on our barrack research, we are almost done, and as you can see, we have an average development county modifier of 0.4 and we have a base value of 0.3. So the higher the learning of any cultural head, the higher the chance of progressing each month. So we have finally reached the medieval era, which means we can now research battlements to upgrade our moats to a keep. I just wanted to show you guys how our development look in compared to the entire world. So currently we now have 22 development, Rome has 30, Constantinople has 26, Cordova has 25, and if we head down in the South Indian counties, they have around mid-20s as well. Soon after we unlocked battlements, our character died of heart failure. We chose Monoralism as our fascination and upgraded two of our castles to a keep. Our wife blessed us with twins, and soon after we unlocked Monoralism. We upgraded some more buildings, then drank ourselves to death. A little update, we now have a development of 32, and if we take a look at our research speed, we can now see that it has gone up to 0.64, which at this point in the game is really high. The most fun part about playing Crusader Kings is going around and looking at other characters, like how in this game our Pope is a total lunatic and there is a 2-year-old in charge of a massive Khazaria. They aren't looking so good now, are they? It seems we need to wait until 1050 AD before advancing to High Medieval era, so we will be researching other remaining technologies until then. Looking at the development map mode, we can see that we now have a development of 39, which means we are the most developed county in the world. Rome has 34, Constantinople has 37, and Cordova has 31. And not only that, the counties surrounding us now all have 25 development. The county of Doodleby has 1.7 monthly development growth, out of which 1.2 is from neighbors, and that's because we have been developing our counties, which is in fact making it so that all counties surrounding us are getting a boost to their development. So we reached High Medieval era and successfully researched hoardings innovations, which then enabled us to upgrade our castle holdings to its third tier. We then chose Windmill as our next fascination, and after researching it, upgraded the available buildings. So it's the year 1092 and now we have a development of 55. Praha has 39 development, and if we take a look at the development tab, we can see that Praha, our neighboring county, now has a higher development than Rome, Constantinople and Cordova. It's getting a whopping 1.6 development growth just because of the fact that it's our neighbor. We just recruited some pikemen, and with that now we have 10,000 soldiers from just one county. It seems we have a problem. It's the year 1121 and we just have one innovation left to be completely done with the High Medieval era. But it seems there is a hard cap for the Late Medieval era of 1200 AD. So this means we actually have to wait like 8 years. Anyways, if we take a look at the average development modifier, we are now getting a whopping plus 1.2, which is really high. We have Crusade for Astorius. We chose our uncle as our beneficiary, and even though we had some hiccups in this crusade, we managed to win the crusade, which ended up in our uncle being a duke in Spain. Our ruler died, so now we are playing as a 6-year-old. We researched matriculation, which means we can now upgrade our castles into a fortress. We are now getting a whopping 1.6 average development county modifier and a 73% chance of gaining 1.9 progress on research each month. We are literally speedrunning every innovation at this point. It does not take that long at all. Just take a look at this. 48 years for plate armor, but if we pick it for our fascination, it goes down to 3 years, which is really low. So we just have 3 innovations to go until we research everything, even though we don't need it, because we are already really broken for someone with just one county. So this is the last innovation we need to successfully research every innovation available to us. And there you go, we have successfully researched every innovation we can learn. Now after that, there's just one thing left to do. We are going to create the most broken army ever. Let me destroy this regiment of onagers and replace them with the most OPC's unit and max out nearly everything. We convert to Asharism, with which we can now wage a holy war for the kingdom of Bavaria. We are going to only use our men-at-arms, as I feel like it would be more than enough. You guys need to check the rate at which we are seizing their castles. They engage us as we were seizing their land, but we win the battle, and take a look at this. We stat wiped their troops even when they had the defender's advantage. Now just like that, we have 100% war score, and we can enforce our demands if we wanted to, but this is a one county challenge. I just wanted to show you guys how powerful we were, so we can just white peace the war. If we take a look at our dynasty, I feel like Kim Jong-un would be very pleased from what his children have accomplished. Anyways, if you guys want to check out more content, feel free to watch this video where I reform the Kingdom of Himalaya.